Ignition lines or recon.
Every year, dozens of students enroll at the Delta Connection Academy, hoping to eventually become pilots with major airlines. Their lives, and one day the lives of the passengers they fly, depend on their deep understanding of their airplane. These flight students are getting started on smaller aircraft. In the years to come, they will move into large commercial jets boasting the latest in technology.
When you go back to the Wright brothers, they had no automation and everything was by muscle power other than a small internal combustion engine. Everything that they did when they moved the wings, the elevators, and the rudders, they did manually.
But in the last 100 years, technology has revolutionized flying. Pilots share the cockpit with automated computer systems that control virtually every aspect of flight.
It can do everything now up to and including land the airplane. Everything is set so that the autopilots and automation systems are tools for the pilot to use, but they're not a replacement.
It's a critical lesson for student pilots to learn. Safe flight is a balance between automation and training. If a pilot makes a mistake, or if an instrument malfunctions, these flying computers can turn into lethal machines that can't be controlled. Student pilots need to understand the complex technology at the heart of their airplanes. When something goes wrong, they need to know who's in control. Because even an experienced pilot can rely too heavily on his systems. And when he does, disaster can be just seconds away. At the Delta Connection Flight School in Sanford, Florida, students are facing the worst in the safety of a simulator. No pilot can graduate unless they can deal with problems they may never have to face in the real world. Right after takeoff, the students are faced with an emergency.
And we got a left engine oil pressure.
They run through the drill again and again, because surviving in the air depends on getting it right in the simulator. Student pilots practice emergencies again and again to ensure that when disaster strikes, they handle it correctly. Automation is an enormous aid to long-distance flying. But if a crew doesn't fully understand how their plane works, they can quickly get into a situation from which they cannot escape. Relying on your instruments, trusting your automation is one of the most fundamental lessons of flight training.
Insert the ignition key, clear the propeller area, and then start the engine.
Every safe flight, from small planes to jumbo jets, depends on pilot and plane working together.